everybody, what's going on? It's BMX Shark here. Tonight, whenever I post this video, I am going to be going over part 1 and part 2 of my wellness journey of endometriosis, no gallbladder, and insulin resistance, and let's see, what should be gastritis that turns into something else. So this video is for people who are suffering from those type of symptoms, and I've been meaning to do this for a long time, but now I feel like I've come a bit more full circle now to make videos because I feel a lot better in my metabolic health than ever before. Heck, this might be a part 3 series. But so I'm just going to start off with saying that, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor or anything. I do, most of you guys know I do cartoons for a living, and I work at Toyota, and yeah, I just kind of want to share, because lots of people are sharing their wellness journey from what they've gone through, right? And most of these people, they're just like, the medical system hasn't helped them. Nobody's helping them. They're trying to help themselves, and then they're trying to have online gurus help them. And this is a tricky part to getting, like, looking at people's videos and getting advice from people online. Not necessarily because they're all lying. Well, some are lying, and some are creating videos and content just to get more YouTube channels or whatever, right? So I feel that there's a danger in listening to gurus online. And people have gone to nutritionists and have not get any better, that are like certified by, you know, their government as being a certified nutritionist, right? So people are not necessarily getting help in those areas. And I mean, if you start to know your body well, what works, the way I've pieced things together in my life would definitely have to be, you know, a lot of this stuff could have been corrected in the first, between ages 20 and 25 of my life, right? But, you know, you're a broke college student, you don't have money, you don't know what's going on, you're young, you don't think yet you need a doctor. There's all sorts of factors why, you know, you don't have a parent that's saying, you need to go to the doctor, maybe get this checked out, right? Like, I had a parent, but it's not a parent that with that kind of awareness either, right? So, and plus, you know, when you're young, you get advice from your parents. You're like, yeah, whatever, mom, or whatever, dad. So my journey, I guess, in a nutshell, is going to be starting off when I lost my gallbladder. I had a month-old baby, and I almost died. Pancreas almost blew up. Burnaby Hospital, Vancouver, did a wonderful job of patching me all up and stuff like that. But a lot of the people I know who end up getting their gallbladder removed, they're not really told like what they can and can't eat. They will say, oh, you can just eat whatever you want afterwards. And it's like, that's not really the best advice. Because all the people I know end up having complications. Like, I've had no gallbladder since 2004. So I think I know what I'm talking about without having a gallbladder at this point. So like I said, I'm not a doctor, but I don't have a gallbladder, and I know what it's like to live without one. This is one of those things you don't kind of really notice, but you notice when it comes to what you eat. So in that nutshell, putting endometriosis aside, that is a lifelong thing that I'm probably going to have until I hit menopause. So endometriosis is just like, I've learned to get it somewhat pretty much under control now. I still have pain. I still have to take Advil, but I'll tell you that in like part 2 or 3 of this video series. So, I was dealing with stomach problems, not realizing for years, that I needed ox bile salts, or enzymes, at least enzymes with like every meal I take. So, mid-2000s, I lost a lot of weight because I was noticing that anything that was deep fried or high fat was causing me tons of problems. And so I decided to cut out fat, and I lost a lot of weight from that. Probably because I was maybe not even digesting it well. My body was just shoving it into wherever, you know? And so I wasn't eating lots during that time. I was eating kind of paleo, and which was awesome. And then my life took a bit of a nosedive, not how many years after that, and a couple years after that, discovering that, and I went vegetarian, thinking that meat was causing, that was the only thing I was thinking, what's causing these gastritis kind of blow-ups in my stomach, and I had no idea why. So I went vegetarian. I ended up gaining back my weight, probably maybe worse than before because I didn't gain a lot of weight with my pregnancy, 25 pounds for each child. And I just got kind of more puffy in the mid-center, like I had a lot of inflammation. And so, but I've kept that relatively under control, right? But I wasn't as like shredded as I was prior to that. And so, and the vegetarian diet just like ruined me, like ruined my body. That's all I gotta say. And so I ended up discovering this is all, and don't forget, this is all from 2004 to like now is like how long this journey has been, right? And most people, it's usually like that. So I discovered the O diet through a live blood analysis person. And man, don't hate on those people. I discovered a lot of things about my blood by looking at my blood live. Like, it was amazing. It was the coolest thing to experience. So if you can shell out $100 and go check out what your blood looks like, it's worth a shot. And it's the most you're going to ever see on the inside of you. Right? Other than an x-ray. So, the safe way. And so, from there, I did the O-type, like when I what led up to the O-type diet, I was so sick from the vegetarian diet and my iron was rock bottom and my liver was, the numbers for the liver weren't ideal. They're supposed to be in like the 90s and I was like 67. And so, and my husband, when I came back from the live blood clinic, my husband was literally like, you look like you're gray. And I'm like mixed race, so I get quite golden and brown in the summer. And he's like, and this was summertime, and he's like, you look like you're gray. Like I had like a gray aura and my eyes were like always like I was smoking like a shit ton of weed, and I don't smoke weed. So I was like bloodshot eyes like all the time. So gosh, that was like how many years ago all that took place. And then I kind of stabilized after I finally got steak and stuff back in my diet. And I felt like I like to hike. I like to hike a lot, and I like to have like amazing performance for stuff like that. So I found that I always had the joke of like, I mean, it's not a really good joke, but you know, I felt like a fat kid every time I started my hike. Like I was just huffing and puffing and like, I can't do this. And I wasn't overweight. I did HIIT workouts during the week, but I don't know, when it came to just like hiking in that first 10, 15 minutes, I felt like I was dying. So I don't know if I mean, my metabolic health probably wasn't the best. I don't know how well my iron levels were, but I knew that they were better before when I was a vegetarian. So, and it really started to bug me because hiking is not very difficult. The only thing that makes hiking difficult is steepness, right? Like it's just how steep or your elevation, the air is too thin, right? And most of around here where I live, like anyone should be able to hike. Like I had like old people passing me. I'm like, what the heck? These people are like almost 30 years older than me. And so I knew something was wrong with me because my health for just hiking was not very, very good. Just being gassed all the time. And, you know, it was beyond like, 3 o'clock blahs or whatever. So in wanting to correct my endometriosis as well, because that's something that I just learned to live with and just realized it's just going to be a part of my life. So I just medicated the symptoms as best I can. I probably had too much Advil in my life. Holy smokes. I just ate Advil. I probably ruined my liver and stomach lining and all sorts of wonderful things that Advil does to you when you take too much of it. But good thing I never took it between menstruating. I only took it like, for 3 days, and that was it. So overall, during that time, which did help up until like with the O diet and all that kind of stuff, I learned from Dr. Berg. I know we're going to laugh. Oh, it's all about freaking YouTube and Dr. Berg. I came across his video on the gallbladder, and he mentioned ox bile salt, and that was pretty much one of the best things that could have happened to me. Was like, even my husband was like, man, ever since you started taking that ox bile has been the best thing that happened for your digestion and stuff. So that's pretty much how that one went. And I had better digestion for things. Like I even had before that, like a lot of hair fall and brittle hair. So I obviously wasn't absorbing something.